Privacy. Did I scare you? I'm sorry about the government, man. Are you okay, man? I didn't mean to scare you there. I know. You're very scared of that word. And for some reason, they are. The government, especially in the UK, doesn't like privacy no more. I don't know what's going on. Uh, Xbox, Steam, Twitch, Itch.io, a lot of companies are starting to do censorship of in media. So like most of like the NSFW games, Guna games, and they're just thinking about censoring it in general. And there is literally no reason why they have to do that. And as honestly, my take on this is very bad. It shouldn't be a thing because it's just censorship. They want to make they want to put age verifications. They want to put freaking ID verifications. They want to make facial scans like, and they want to implement that literally everywhere across the internet. It sucks. I saw Charlie's Penguin Z Zero's video on this, and I was thinking about making a video talking about it, and then I saw his video come out, and I'm like, you know what? Now I can really make a video on it because he really laid it up perfectly good. Again, watch his video. His video is way more better than mine. I just want to give my opinion on this. So, basically, there's this act going on in the UK known as the Child Safety Online Act, where it has nothing to do with children, and it has something to do with online safety. It's just a way for the government to spy on your internet duties. Whatever you're gonna do on the internet, the government wants to see what you're doing. And this has no like correlation with kids at all. They're not trying to keep the kids safe. This is the way to like manipulate people into voting with it, so they can pass it and they can spy on you. And this goes with the three good ways to manipulate people: old people, cute animals, and children. And guess which one they're using? Children. So they use that as a way to manipulate people into voting with it, and yeah, and then it just passes, and it just, there you go. Now there's no way you can freaking have privacy no more. It sucks. It is. It's very, very bad. And if you're thinking, like, no dumb person is gonna put the freaking ID, the face, or the freaking age. Well, they might put the age, but fake the age. But there's no way that people are gonna put the freaking ID on the internet and not expect for something negative to happen, right? They don't want to get hacked. They don't want the government to see it. They don't want to see what they're doing. Like, no smart person, or if you have at least 60 IQ, is gonna freaking put their ID on the internet. That's just stupid. No one's gonna do that. If you think people are gonna do that, then take away the ID because they don't deserve it. Also take away everything that they have in possession because apparently they don't know what the frick they're doing in life. Putting your ID into like a freaking third party browser, like come on, man, like really. And then obviously, and then a lot of companies want to do it. Like Xbox was starting to like implement it into the system by having like some sort of age and ID verification, which is super stupid. Itch.io was starting to like delete most of their games that has some sort of NSFW in it, like actual just any sort of NSFW in the games. It's just gonna completely get freaking mocked off, like freaking assassinated by the Assassin Brotherhood. Like this, it's not gonna exist. And even some mature games that don't even have a slight resemblance to NSFW is just gonna get completely mocked off. I don't know why they're doing that. It's so dumb. This isn't gonna help the kids. Again, this is not something that's gonna help children. This is just a way of like shadowing it so you can vote with it. And it's just, what is it gonna do? It's so dumb. It really is. And America wants to start doing it. No. America is the land of the free. We need freedom. We need freedom about the internet. I'm someone who likes to use the internet. I'm someone who likes to use social media. But if the government of America is thinking about freaking implementing this bullcrap censorship into here online here in America, that's just a violation of the First Amendment. Not kinda like freedom. It's not really the First Amendment. It's like the violation of just what America is, which is the land of the free. That's not free. That's just controlling and censorship, and it's so dumb. It is. I remember a long time ago, when 9/11 happened, there was an act that passed, which was the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act was an act that basically allowed the government to go into literally everybody's phone, everybody's like ID, to see if anybody here was like a terrorist or that. And that's kind of like the that reminded me of like this Online Safety Act kind of reminded me of that, but the Online Safety Act is definitely not the Patriot Act. This is like more control rather than trying to protect against terrorism. Like that's just kind of like what it is. And uh, yeah, privacy. They just don't like privacy no more. And I also, when I go on Twitter a lot, I be seeing so many like meme tweets, not meme, but meme, like meme, meme tweets about like they're showing like some sort of like art of like a naked lady, and it just like covers the entire screen with like you cannot look at this picture without some sort of age verification. And that's what they're doing on Twitter. And we all know what Twitter is, or X, or whatever you want to call it. It's literally the place of free speech. You can do what you can make whatever comment you want on something to a certain extent, and it shouldn't be violated, right? But yeah, it's the UK is actually implementing that into Twitter, so now you can't really go on Twitter, or some posts may be limited without some sort of age verification. So everything's just be locked by ID, age verification, or some sort of freaking biometric facial scan. So now your freaking face is gonna go on the internet if you don't want it to happen. I'm already screwed. I don't really care about my face because I already made like 600 freaking videos about me showing my face. So I'm already freaking screwed. So that doesn't really matter to me. But other things like that, it's just super dumb. Like getting rid of certain games because it's kids. Like like I remember a long time ago, not a long time ago, a couple of years ago, or even a couple of months ago, I used to make videos talking about how it's the job of the parents to monitor their kids online. You can't just grab a child, put them in front of a freaking iPad, and let them doom scroll the internet willy nilly. You can't just do that. It's your job as the parents to do it. This isn't the job of the government. This isn't the job of the internet. The internet is not gonna do your job for you. That is your job. And now you see what's happening when you don't do your job. This is what's happening. You're literally ruining it for the rest of us. Like, this isn't the government's responsibility. This isn't the internet's responsibility. This is your responsibility as a parent. You should monitor your children. You should. That's what you're supposed to do. But for some reason, parents nowadays just don't want to do that. They just want to toss their kid in front of an iPad and then let them freaking browse the internet willy-nilly without even looking at it. And the next thing you know, boom, your child just saw a freaking execution video of someone from ISIS executing someone. Like that. There you go. I mean, if your child is going to be traumatized by that, well, who are you going to blame? That's right, yourself. You don't blame the government. You don't blame the internet. That's you. That's a you problem. And people don't like to blame themselves because they think that they are always right. And that's dumb. That's freaking egotistical. Right? That's narcissism. And it is. It's really, really bad. So, yeah, there you go. Privacy. Just throw it into the freaking trash can. Then pick up freaking censorship and then look at that for a while, because that's what's going to happen. You're just going to see censorship everywhere. Because, well, there's so many factors why. A lot of, like, freaking Karens just want to toss and say, oh, my child is seeing so many of these kind of videos online, and, like, and then you just go to the house, and next thing you know, boom, you see that same exact mother just freaking sitting there doing absolutely nothing while the child is just watching freaking ISIS executions on the tablet. So it really is. There's a lot of factors. This is stupid. I've been seeing it, like, and it's kind of funny if the U.S. is gonna implement this because, oh, you know, the U.S. wants to protect children, but next thing you know, boom, Epstein files. Well, why aren't you releasing that yet? If you really do care about children, release the freaking Epstein files. Don't freaking pass this kind of freaking censorship law that literally limits freedom on the internet for a lot of people, and literally exploiting them for privacy, finding a way to control them. It's, again, this is stupid, it's dumb, and this should not be a thing. And if the U.S. is even thinking about getting this Children Online Safety Act here put in America, no, that's just, it's not it, chief. That's just not what you're supposed to do. It's very dumb. Privacy is out the door. And if this keeps going, next thing you know, we're gonna be in a freaking dystopian future. It's just, it's weird. They want control so bad, but it's not gonna work. It's gonna cause more crimes if you're limiting people from like seeing certain images or things online. There's gonna be everybody's gonna find it. People are gonna find a way to find it. People will always find a way to get it, and it's gonna lead to like certain crimes, or maybe even this may sound very stupid, but it can even, you know, start mafia things if you think about it, deeply. It can really do it, because if you limit some sort of if you limit freedom, it's gonna be a crime, right? If you want to do whatever you want, so that's what's gonna happen. But anyways, I know I just want to talk about this real quick. If it didn't sound organized, I'm very sorry. I just want to like get a lot of things out of my mind about this. I know, I hear about it. I'm not living under a rock. I know that certain games on Steam and itch.io are getting freaking annihilated because they're mature. These people think that games are still made for kids, even though they need to get out of that mindset that games aren't for kids, they're for everybody. It's a form of art. And if you think that games are for kids and a waste of time, go back into your freaking bedroom and think about it for what you're thinking about, because you need some sort of freaking reality check in your head, right? And censorship, age verification, putting up ID to verify your ID, like it's so dumb. It really is. And if you at least have half a brain, so you know that's very bad to put anything that you have that's supposed to be private on the internet. You just don't deserve it at all. Alright, stupid. That's it. Thanks for watching.